Oh, oh, oh man, that was a hell of a nightmare. Wait, where the hell am I? Is that the sun? God, why does it taste so good? Ugh, The, what the, what the hell am I? Is that a hippopotamus? Wh- Why the hell is it so fat? Where am I?
Super Mario is quite literally my entire childhood. And no, it wasn't because I didn't have any friends. Yeah, it was. But still, Mario will always be my go-to game series when I just want to chill out and have some fun. But I've been on a withdrawal from my addiction to Mario as he hasn't released a mainline platformer since 2017. And no, Mario Maker doesn't count. And they haven't released a mainline 2D entry since 2011. But the drought is over. We've finally arrived at paradise, so that I can binge the game in like a week, be sad it's over, then go back and play Mario 3 for the 500th time. But for real, I was ultra hyped for this game when it was announced, and am dying for an excuse to gush over it. So as the famous Super Mario brother would say,
Let's go!
I believe in you!
I don't.
Now I think the visuals speak for themselves, but I want to try and point out what makes this game so fucking sexy. The game manages to bring that 2D hand-drawn style into 3D flawlessly. The animations and poses resemble the kind of forced perspective you'd see in older pixel art Mario games. Look at Mario. He's brimming with life and happiness. He finally got out of his depressive slump he was back in 2011. In fact, all of the characters are so joyous and whimsical. The backgrounds are stunning too, looking like hand-drawn paintings. There's even things moving in the backgrounds to give it more life. Look at that herd of PNGs running in the background. Okay, but outside of that, the little details of Goombas sleeping in the background and such, along with whole sections of the level being in the background, is so cool. The heart and soul put into the visuals is screaming so loud I can hear it. And another addition to the world is the talking flowers. I believe this is the first Mario game since Sunshine to have fully voiced dialogue, even if it is technically only one character. Come to think of it, the talking flowers being the only beings able to speak in full sentences is kinda strange. I mean, how do we know they aren't all the same flower? They all have the same voice. Do they have some sort of hive mind that connects all their thoughts? They never seem to be able to move, so can they teleport? Do they grow legs when we're not looking? How do we know they aren't some godly beings that we could never comprehend the power of? Well, of course, the other characters can talk. I guess they just choose not to most of the time. Speaking of which, Mario has a new voice. Rip Charles Martinet. He isn't dead. I just miss him. New guy's cool, though. Now what I want to know is why don't the enemies jump to the music? Actually, the ba 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 is barely in the soundtrack. You know what I'm talking about. I have been betrayed to the highest order. This is treason against at least one country, and I am calling Shigeru Nintendo Miyamoto right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? Uh-huh. Okay, can you say all that again, but in English?
In terms of how it feels to play, they finally figured out how to make better controls than Mario 3. Only took them, 34 years. To be fair, new Super Mario Bros. Controls were decent, but were a little sluggish in comparison to the older games. They are very similar, but there's just enough minor adjustments that make it feel so much better. My favorite is the momentum. They've struck the perfect balance of acceleration to where you get to moving really quickly, while also not being so fast it's hard to control like Mario World. That's right, punks, I don't like the way Mario World feels to control. What are you gonna do about it? Another addition is that some of the characters actually have unique abilities. Yoshi is invincible. And so is Nabbit. Maybe they're even more powerful than the flowers. Okay, but for real, what if I want to play as Yoshi, but I'm not a bitch baby and I can actually play games good? Of course, only losers play as Nabbit, so you don't need to change that one. Another addition, the new badges, which give you permanent abilities within the levels. They are fun to experiment with, but the balance issues do come up with, and a lot of the effects are similar. For example, do you want to run faster? Or do you want to run faster? Do you want to jump higher? Do you want to jump higher? Do you maybe want to jump higher? Or do you just want a double jump that is higher than any of the previous high jumps and has a wider range of utility? There's also some that are just not useful at all. Why would I specifically need coins from killing enemies? What would that do for me? Regular coins don't even do anything other than give you more lives, and lives became pointless like 2 decades ago. They are aware of the pointlessness of lives, right? Both Mario Odyssey and Bowser's Fury got rid of them, so why are they here? It is nice that the glide ability is just a badge instead of a power-up, so you don't feel the need to try to desperately keep the one overpowered power-up in the game. The grappling hook is awesome, but there's not really anywhere to use it in the actual levels. Late game badges that allow you to bring any power-up into a level is cool, and I also respect the badges that make the game harder, like this invisibility badge. Oh god. Overall, it's a really good system that just needs more variety and better balancing. And now I do wish the characters you could play as had more unique abilities like 3D World, but I suppose the badges make up for it since pretty much all of the abilities from previous games are equipable on anyone. What doesn't make sense, why Toad and the princesses pull out a hat to glide? It just looks like Mario and Luigi's hat. Princess Peach's most iconic move is using her dress to float. You had one job and fucked it up, Nintendo! I'm never buying anything from you again! 0 out of 10! We've got new power-ups too. These include the Bubble Flower, Drill Mushroom, and Elephant Fruit. The Rule 34 artists are gonna love the fat-ass elephant. Oh god, why is she bald?! And not only is Yoshi relegated to easy mode, but he can't use power-ups either! Come on, I want to see how hideous Elephant Yoshi would look like. I do love the Bubble Flower power-up though, because I am a bubble-low baby bitch. Plus, the Bubble Flower lets you do stuff like this. The Drill power-up is basically if the drill from Mario Galaxy grew up and became employed, so is actually useful to society. You can dig into floors, ceilings, and can even attack enemies from below. The level order is optional in this game, just like the 3D games. Perfect for both completionists like me to explore every level, and for people who are terrible at games and can't beat any levels. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Mario can move around a 3D space and select levels from the world map. Once you enter a level, Mario will be locked back to the two-dimensional plane he was always forced to endure. You ever wonder what the level looks like from their point of view? It has to look stupid. You can tell Mario yearns for the 3D plane as he walks diagonally towards the camera, desperately trying to escape his prison. Genuine complaint I have is that the collectible big purple coins are not lost upon death. These types of collectibles are some of my favorite side objectives from these games, but some of the challenge getting them is being able to survive getting back without dying after you collect them. This only matters for some of them, but if you put a flower right above a pit, I shouldn't be able to just grab it, fall into the pit, and then still keep the coin. That requires no skill. This trend started with the remaster of 3D World, so it seems to be a design Nintendo is going to keep. Despite this, I will complain and cry about it nonetheless. Wonder Flowers add a whole new spin to each level. It can spawn fat people.
Where the hell am I now? Am I in space? How the hell did I get up? How the hell there's still hippos up here? And they're just as fat!
Run, 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 run! A gaggle of ass eaters. It looks like I'm in someone's ass. It does though. Look, it's like I'm not explaining it. You can even skip grabbing the flowers altogether, so that the ones that talk will get mad at you for it.
Ah, that ruins everything. You have to do things in a certain order.
How come Bowser was able to become a giant castle from one, while I just turned into a Goomba? Wait, it's just like he said.
And I'm telling you, if you're not watching the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, you're gonna turn into a Goomba!
Being a Goomba sucks. You run so slowly you can barely jump. Wait. No!
How many dicks are you sucking, brother?
There's such a huge variety of effects that can happen for each level. They even brought back the metal power-up. Finding them is always fun and gives a lot of replayability since the level can be completely different with or without grabbing the flower. They even found a way to make auto-scrolling levels fun with these musical segments.
Oh, the plants are singing? Hello! Be wary, wayward soul, for the plants, they be singing over yonder hill. Be wary.
Bosses, though, are lame, even for 2D Mario standards. Two of the worlds don't even have a boss at all. Bowser became an ultra-powerful, reality-bending living castle, but couldn't be bothered to send anyone other than his son to fight us. I'm glad that 2 boss battles are missing, actually, because at least that means Bowser Jr. got some time off. Some quality father-son time, along with a more fair distribution of work between his son and other employees, would have made this a lot better. I give Bowser like a D in parenting. While Bowser was neglecting his son, he has been practicing his dance moves, but his beat is quite slow and easy to keep up with, so he still needs to practice a lot more. Perhaps he could start doing dance lessons with his son for some of that needed bonding time.
You're goddamn right!
There's also a decent amount of hard post-game content. Secret exits in each world lead you to a special level, and once you beat all those, you unlock the final level. These special levels are not ball-busting, but are perhaps a small tap of the nuts in terms of difficulty. They are certainly much more gimmicky, for better or for worse. No, not again! The final level is pretty challenging, without being overly so, and is another singing level. Kind of disappointing, but psych, this isn't the final level! This level is much harder, with many different wonder effects activating all throughout the level. You actually get to choose your power-up you want at the beginning. But if you pick the elephant, be wary of the lava on the ceiling. Fuck. While the level is tough, it still hasn't come close to shattering my balls, being that it is very short. The level, not my balls. Ha, you fool! You thought this was the final level! After you 100% every objective, meaning every big purple coin, top of the flag, and Wonder Flower, you get access to the Balls to the Wall Extreme Badge Challenge! Thank God this isn't like 3D World where you have to beat every level with every character. It still haunts me to this day. This is my favorite level in the whole game, as it utilizes different badges throughout, which have challenges fine-tuned for each one. It makes me wish there were more badge-based challenges in the normal levels. I know the badge challenge levels exist, but I need ones that can get closer to flattening my balls, like this one does. I can say, with absolute certainty, that this final level is a certified ball buster. And yes, this is actually the final level. Overall, a really solid entry in the Mario series. I still wouldn't put it above Mario 3 in World, but it sure as hell can get third place. Wonder, despite having some of the highest highs, is also somewhat inconsistent in quality due to the focus on Wonder Flower gimmicks, unbalanced badge powers, and the bosses are lazy even for Mario. But most of the time it's really fun, and dare I say whimsical. It gets an A.
Man, you know what? This place fucking sucks. I'm going back to sleep.